Yes, hi everyone. So we are going to discuss the paper number 4 in our revision program. So we will start with the paper discussion, right? Okay. So the first paper, the paper number 4, I have given you. The first question, there are as usual there are 10 questions. You have to find the accurate answer or the from the multiple choice questions. Clearly, now you know what is the structure of the paper. Then paper ke MCQ paper ke lama structure ka danno. You are really aware about the structure. First, you are getting multiple choice questions. Then you are getting filling the blanks question, and finally you are getting specific short answers. Clear the right. So that is how you are getting the MCQ, the first paper. Right, okay. So we'll start with the first question. Globalization means the process of the world becoming physically smaller, the process of countries joining together for trade, the process of independence and interconnection of countries to create one village globally, the process of unionization of countries to fight against the prevailing patterns in the world, the process of encouraging the use of single currency system globally. So the most correct or the most accurate answer is what you call this one. The third answer is the most appropriate answer. This one. Right. This is the answer. Third answer. Clearly, right, okay. At the same time, I look at this one, the globalization, another word or another kind of a term we are using when we are referring to globalization is what you call as this global village. මේ global village කියන concept එක නැත්නම් term එකත් අපි use කරන globalization වලටම තමයි. Clear? So this is also some kind of a term which can give you the meaning of the globalization. So remember that point as well, right? Okay. So we'll move to the second question. The input to the production process can be considered as input to the production process can be considered as yes, goods and services is that are they inputs, goods and services के अलावा inputs तो हैं, those are the outputs. Clear it, right? Financing, marketing, research and development, are they input or conversion or the output? Those are the functions are always coming in the middle part. We have learned the functions, all the 7 functions: administrative, marketing, finance, human resource, research and development, operation, all these things usually they are coming in the middle part, which is the conversion part. So what is the relevant input out of the 5 answers is the 5th answer: information. Clear the right? Okay. So we'll move to the next question. The main reason that led to dismiss the barter system can be considered to be industrial revolution, expansion of foreign trade, and support services, usage of money, development of commerce. So the answer should be what? Usage of money. So that is the reason why we have to leave from the because we had so many problems in barter systems. So the how we solve these problems, we found some kind of a medium of exchange to use to overcome from this problem. With that, we left from the barter system. So the barter system is with the usage of money, right? Okay, so that is the third answer. The fourth answer is the correct answer. Right. The table below shows some of the characteristics classifying businesses and the type of the businesses, right? Okay. So they are asking you to match accordingly, right? अभी match करूँ ना मैं answer का match करूँ टक गाला right. Nature of the business. So nature of the business should be what? Primary, secondary, tertiary. So it should be C. Sectors: agricultural sector, industries and services. So two A. Ownership, private and public. So 3E. 3E. Motive or the objective base, 4D. And the 5 is for B. Nature of the production. No, wait. Small mistake here. There's a small mistake here. Right, it should be, this is nature of the product. Nature of the product means good manufacturing businesses and the service manufacturing businesses. And that this is nature of the production. So it should be primary, secondary and tertiary. So it should be C. Clear, Lama, understood that? Is that understood? So carefully you have to take. So the answer should be BAEDC. BAEDC. So answer number 4 is the correct answer. Answer number 4 is the correct answer. Right, okay there. Fine, good day there. Right. So we'll move to the question number 5. When classified the businesses according to the nature of the production and sector-based, electricity, gas, air condition supply, water purification and distribution, and wastage transportation, wastage management, and recycling include respectively. Understood, Ramai? So when we are classifying according to the nature of the production and the sector base, how we are taking, I told you these are some kind of separate specific things. So when we are classifying according to the nature of the production, all these things are classified under what? All these things are classified under the tertiary. But when you are classifying according to the sector base, then all these things, so you have to remember this part. I am very rarely asking you to by heart and remember, but anyway, these things you have to remember. When we part highlight right. Yes, only part you have to have including these two. Right. You have to have proper memory regarding these points because this will be tested at sometimes it can be tested at the exam. Clear? So here you have to remember them carefully. And electricity, gas, air condition supply, water purification, distribution, wastage transportation, and wastage management, plus the recycling. When you are classifying them according to the nature of the production, it is coming under what? Tertiary. Tertiary. Clear? But when you are classifying according to the sector basis or the sector based classification, then you have to take them under industries. Clear? So here these products or these kinds of things, so what we have highlighted here, when you are classifying according to the nature of the production, it should goes under what? Tertiary. Clear? But when you are classifying according to sectors, it goes under the industries. Clear, Lamai? So that is the answer should be. Clear, Lamai? So the answer should be what? Answer is the tertiary and the industries. Fourth answer is the correct answer. Clear, Lamai? Is that understood? Right, okay. The following are some of the characteristics of goods and services, right? Okay. Then they are asking you to find the out of the above, statements characteristics apply only to goods. ළමයි goods වල characteristics ටික විතරක් filter කරන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. They are asking you to filter only the goods characteristics. So what they are? There is no physical existence that is not for goods. Tangible, yes. So you can take B. You can take B. B is correct, right? Varies by provider, that is relevant for services. So it can't be taken. It can be produced in homogeneous manner. Yes, it is one of the characteristic of goods. Non-storable, that is one of the characteristics of services. So you can't take E. Can be separated from the service provider. Yes, that's also fine. Existence of ownership. No, that is not relevant for yes. PDF. Lama, here you have to make a small change. What is that? Here make it as no existence of ownership. Clear? No existence of ownership. No existence of ownership. Clear? So you can take G as well. Now this is the meaning of method new point. Sometimes it can be a new point. Here it says now service. When I am having a service, it belongs to me or it's with me. So it's ownership. It's on my hand. Clear what I am saying. But when you're having a good, someone can take that out. So which means the same meaning. Then make a meaning can be separated. Can be separated meaning. Can be separated. Can be separated. Clearly. So this is the same meaning of can be separated. So you know the separation can be done only for the goods. Understood? The can be in our theory classes we have learned goods can be separated from the provider. So that is the meaning of the same thing. No existence of goods, no existence of the ownership. Clear? So this should be one of the characteristic of goods. So the answer should be BDFG. BDFG. This is the correct answer. You have to make it no. Whether put that no කියලා දාන එක print වෙලා නැහැ. No. No ownership. The meaning is lama una brackets ඇතුලේ ලියන්න you have to write that in your inside the bracket. Can be separated, which means that you can separate the goods from the owner. Fine, good. Right. So we'll move to the question number 7. The following is definition for some basic concepts in the context of business studies, right? Okay. The basic concepts expressed in the above definitions are listed in order, right? Okay. So we'll find exchange of something value based on the bilateral agreement. So that is what you mean by a transaction. Make a transaction. It's a transaction. It's a transaction. Transaction. Clear? Receiving and giving valuable between two parties, that is one of what you call as exchange. Exchange. Clear? The consumer's estimation, it should be estimation, but anyway it has been given as estimate, but anyway estimate the product's availability to fulfill customer needs. So product's ability to fulfill the customer needs, that is what you call the value. Clear? That is what you mean by value. By creating the product the way the customer expect it, the psychological pressure that arise in. So that is what you call as the satisfaction. Satisfaction. Always the psychological pleasure you are getting from the consumption of goods and services. ළමයි goods and services consume කරනකොට ඔයාට එන pleasure එකට ඒකට අපි කියන්නේ මොකද්ද satisfaction කියලා. Clearද? Even though the words are not in order මේ සමහර කරලා මේ sentences වල order එකට නැහැ, but you can understand the meaning. Any situation where the buyers and sellers connect through the electronic media, that is what you call the market, but it should be market. What market? Market space. Clear the so this should be the answers. Next, so the first one transaction, second one exchange value, satisfaction, and the market space. So the answer is what? Look at the other answers as well. There are two more answers below on the other page. Yes, there's a small mistake. The same the answer, second answer and the fifth answer both are same, but that is the correct answer. So there are by mistake they have given the correct answer twice. Become answer correct answer ka second answer, but the same thing has been given in no, that's fine. Here the value and satisfaction is changed right here. So it should be value satisfaction. So the answer number 2 is the correct answer. Fine, good. I just thought the other way, right? Okay. Now second answer is the correct answer. Clearly now I understood the second answer is the correct answer. Look at the definitions I took. Transaction, exchange value, satisfaction, market space. Here there's a small difference. Transaction, exchange, satisfaction value. So you have to find according to the order. Understood what I'm saying? So if the order is changed, then that is not going to be the correct answer. Clear the fine, good. Right. So we'll move to the next question. The category that includes only industry sector, according to the sector-based presentation of gross domestic production is livestock and mining. Livestock means always what you call the livestock means you are maintaining some kinds of animals for the milk and meat. What you call is as the animal husbandry. Understood? So those are the what you call livestock maintenance. Or we are maintaining or the raising animals for some kinds of activities. Clear? So usually we have to take that under what? It is one of the when you are taking them under industry sectors or the sector basis, it is coming under agricultural sector. So it's not coming under industries. So the first answer is wrong. Mining, trade. Trade is also always coming under services. So you can't take that. Construction, manufacturing, fisheries. No, fisheries is always coming under agriculture. Mining, manufacturing, electricity, water supply, construction. This should be the answer. This one is wrong because of fishing. Make a fishing hinda. Make a fisheries hinda. This is wrong because of trade. And this is wrong because of the livestock. So the correct answer is what? The fourth answer is the correct answer. Correct answer, fourth answer. Clearly, I understood that. We have learned these things, so I am not going to explain you anymore because we have done these things in our theory and revision both the classes. Select the answer that contain only the internal forces of the business environment. Right? Internal forces more the business environment. Okay? You know there are two main parts of the business environment: internal environment and the external environment. Clearly, right? Internal environment okay, forces more the owner customer. Can customer be taken as one of the internal stakeholder? No. So that is wrong. On employee suppliers. These two are correct, but the suppliers are wrong. So you can't take answer number 2 as well. Employees, resources, organization, culture. Yes, that should be the answer, but we'll see why other answers are wrong. Resources, organization, cultures, lender. Lender is a external party. Organization culture, organization structure, and the suppliers. Suppliers are external party. So the answer number 3 is the correct answer. Answer number 3 is the correct answer. Employees, resources, and organization culture. which are the all the internal forces. Understood? Fine, good. We'll move to the next question. Final question of multiple choice questions. What is the primary purpose of a business? What is the primary purpose of the business? Without looking at the answers, just tell me what is the primary purpose. We are doing everything to satisfy human needs and wants. So that is the primary purpose of the business. To secure fundings from investors, no. To outline daily operational tasks, no. The list personal aspirations of the employees, no. Provide roadmap to achieve the business goals, no. Provide goods and services to satisfy needs and wants. That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Answer number 5 is the correct answer. Clear, Neelam? I understood the right. Right, okay. We'll move to the filling the blanks question. Filling the blanks question change. Right. An exchange between two parties is known as what? Trade. It's trade. 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 And blank led to trade. The barter system or the exchange. Even you can say the exchange, but better to say barter system led to trading. Barter system में किन trading start होना के लिए consider कराने. So we can say barter system led the trade. Clear. Good purchases purchased by comparing the price quality are known as what goods? Goods the shopping goods. Shopping goods. Shopping goods, right. And goods purchased frequently without any special effort are known as what goods? Convenient goods. Convenient goods. Convenient goods. Convenient goods. Right, okay. The two main activities that occur in a business are the two main activities, not the functions. Functions are different from the activities. We have learned that in several times. Functions are the 7 functions. One of the activities satisfying human needs and wants. Satisfying human needs and wants. Satisfying human needs and wants. And what is the other one? Adding value to the resources. Adding value to resources. These are the two main activities in a business. Now, activities के लिए what? Always you have to give these two answers. Clear? In case if you ask what are the functions, functions are different. Functions, there are 7 functions: administrative, human resource, marketing, finance, operation, research and development, information management. Those are the 7 functions. But activities are 2 activities: satisfying human needs and wants and adding value to the resources. The first stage of business evolution in Islam is simple. Barter system. Barter system. And to overcome from its difficulties, people started using what? To overcome from the difficulties they faced during the barter system, what is the solution they came up with? Well, usage of money. Using money. Using money. Okay, they're right. We'll move to the question number 13. The conversion process related to what and what is known as the business process. What is the conversion process? What we convert into what? Inputs into output. And inputs and outputs. inputs and output. Input and output. Right. According to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, purchasing an insurance policy is a blank need and clothing is a blank need. Now, do you remember what are the 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy? So when you are purchasing a insurance, it satisfies your what need? The security need. So it should be security need. Security need. And when you are purchasing clothes, that is what you mean by physiological, the physical needs. Physical needs. Physical needs. I hope you can remember 5 levels: physical needs, security needs, social needs, esteem needs, and the self-actualization needs are the 5 levels of Maslow's hierarchy. We have discussed that in our revision class as well. Our revision class right? Okay. Oh, fine, good. So we'll move to the question number 14. Non-physically intangible things offered for the consumption are what? If anything is not have no any physical existence, which means the non-physical. Clear? At the same time, it is intangible. How do we call them? And we can use them for to satisfy our needs and wants. So how do we call them? Those are what you call as services. And the physical tangible things are known as what? Take opposite thing. The physical tangible how do we call them? Goods. So in order to fill the blank, this is the most challenging part in your first paper. First paper challenging part fill in the blank, because if you don't know the exact term or the theoretical part with the term, you won't be able to write the answers. Clear? Options option you can understand, and even you can do the tactic to make it unless you don't know the exact word. Clear? Fine. Yeah, next one. It is the consumer's assessment of a product's ability to fulfill the customer's requirement is what? Assessment value, customer's value. Value. And the pleasure that arises with the consumption. Customer assess the customer's estimation how this product can satisfy me. Clear? So that is one of the estimation in his mind. So that is what you call the value. Once you consume that, you will get a pleasure. Clear? That pleasure is what you call as the satisfaction. So we have learned these things several times. Even we have discussed them in our revision tutor as well. අර මේ ටික වල කලින් question එකකක් තිබුණා. මතකද අර terms ටික දීලා තිබුණා අපිට mean එක understand identify කරන්න කියලා. Right, good. Question number 15. Gathering and improvement of the scientific information about existing production process as well as new production methods is known as what function, Lamai? So we are doing some kinds of certain things for the future improvements. The meaning is that is what is the function? Is that administrative? No. Is that finance? No. Is that marketing? No. Is that operation? No. Is that human resource? No. Is that information management? No. It is what? It is research and development. Research and development. Research and development. Clear that, right? And the satisfaction of customers' needs and wants is what function? Now, satisfaction, we are doing the certain things to satisfy the customer. So that is what function? Marketing function. Marketing. That is marketing. Right. goods that are available for sale in the market but consumers are what? Goods that are available in the market for sale but consumers are blank or customers have no blank in buying are known as unsold goods. So they are asking the definition for the unsold good. Unsold good की definition එකක් තමයි මේ අහන්නේ නේ. Clear. Uh, goods that are available for sale in the market but the consumers are unaware. Consumers are done. So that is the general definition we know about the unsold goods. Again, there's another definition we can give for unsold goods. Goods are available in the market, but the customers have no idea of buying them, or customer have no requirement of buying them. A kind of a definition we can use for the unsold goods, but mainly in your syllabus, it is always we are using this definition: goods which are available in the market, but the consumers are unaware, or the consumers have no consumer does not know about the product. Clear? So that is. But anyway, internationally there's another definition as well. Goods are available, but the customers do not have an idea of buying them. Customers are කිසිම idea එකක් නෑ මේක buy කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ they are not thinking of buying that. For an example, coffee. Coffin as per the international definition, some says coffin is one of the unsold good. Why? Even you know the products are available, but are you going to buy that? No. Are you thinking of buying that product? No. අපි හිතන්නේවත් නෑනේ. අපිට ගන්න වෙන situation එකක් එන්න පුළුවන් coffin එකක් නේ. But anyway, in usual life, are we going to think about? No. So those are also what you call as unsold goods. Or customers have no think of or think or idea. Think or idea or even thought. Thinking buying or idea in buying known as unsold good. So the unsold good definition so dekama use karna, but mainly aage syllabus එකේ නම් මේ උඩ definition එක තමයි most important definition එක. But this definition is also used in some of the other books. Right? Okay, fine. Right, okay. As a stakeholder of a business, blank interest on growth of the business and blank interest on finding jobs opportunities, right? Who is interested on the growth of the business? Owners. Owners are owners. You can say owners. So you have to fill the blanks with two stakeholders or two relevant stakeholders. Always owners looking or keen on what? Business growth. Even you can say the managers as well. Manager cannot pull around because managers are always managers are also keen on business growth. Fine. Then interest on finding job opportunities. Who is that? Is that employees? No. Most of the students will write as employees. Employees are the people who are already employed in the organization. So they don't have any they are not looking for any other kinds of job opportunities usually. Then if you are already engaged or if you are already working in this organization, are you looking for any other jobs in the same organization? Very rarely. Who is looking? Who is searching for new jobs? Community or the society. So here it should be the society. Society. Clear? Never write the employees. The job opportunities that right. It's for the employees. No, employees. Job security is for the employees. Clear? Aluten jobs hoyanne kawuda? Elinne kattiya ne. So the community or the society. Right. Look at the next one. Of the owner of the business is the strength for the business and manager's poor decision making ability is a blank for the business. තමයි. මෙතන ලියන්න ඕනේ එකක් strength එකක් තියෙන නිසා strength එක පැත්තට ලියන්න ඕනේ own එකේ positive එකක්. Clear? You can say experience of the owner. experience of the owner, or you can say even the strong knowledge of the owner. Clear? The of the owner of the business is a strength for the business, and managers poor decision making ability is a what? Is a weakness. weakness weakness Fine. Question number 17. The alternative methods available to satisfy human needs are what? Wants. Alternative ways are the wants. And different solutions presented by the businesses for it are. Ramai. Now the different ways you can satisfy your needs are the wants, right? And different ways the businesses are presenting for that is what you call as another thing. You can say what? Products. නේ. Products තමයි අපි business කරන කට්ටියකට present කරන solutions නේ. Different solutions are the products, goods and services. Clear the products. Interest rate, inflation are sub-factors of economic environment. Economic environment and age, gender are sub-factors of demographic environment. Clear the sub-factors of demographic environment. Demographic environment. Hi. Interaction between blank and blank for a product is known as a market. Lama, you know, buyers and sellers. Buyers and sellers. Right. Adding value during the conversion steps is known as, right, adding value to resources during the conversion steps is known as value addition. Value addition. We have learned these things. Am I right? Business can be classified as and blank and blank based on the nature of the product. Nature of the product, when we are classifying what? Good manufacturing businesses, good manufacturing, service manufacturing. Goods manufacturing and service manufacturing. Right. The external environment can be divided into the external environment past very simple. The past task environment and macro environment. Task or immediate. Task and macro. Task and macro, or task and you just say task environment and macro environment. Why? Question number 20. Usage of money is the which stage, Lamai? Out of the 4 stages, which stage? It is the second stage. Second stage or second step. Second step of the business evolution, and usage of money help to mitigate the difficulties in what? Barter era or barter system. Both you can say barter era or barter system. Right. Conducting all trade and business support services via internet is what you call as electronic commerce, or you can say e-commerce. Right. And handling all Blank via internet is known as e-business. Now e-business එකේදී handle කරන්නේ මොකද්ද? Via the internet we are handling all business functions. Business functions. Business functions. Business functions. Right. Fine. So we'll move to the next part. Specific answers. Specific answers. Right. List 4 ways which people fulfill their needs. Now how the people are fulfilling their needs? One way. Now what are needs and wants fulfill කරගන්න ඕන? One way is you can go and buy the things from the market. First one is buying goods and services from the market. First one, buying goods and services from market. Buying goods and services from market. Buying goods and services from the market. From the market, right? Or else what you can do? Or else you can, without buying the things, you can manufacture it by yourself. Self-manufacturing. 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 Clear that? Or else, sometimes you are not buying the things from the market and also you are not manufacturing by yourself to satisfy your needs and wants. You will get that as a supply from the nature. That for an example, we are consuming oxygen. So are we consuming them? Are we satisfying our needs? Yes. But are we buying them from the market? No. Are we manufacturing by ourselves? No. So we are getting that from the nature. So one way is a supply from nature. Supply from nature. Nature. Supply from nature. Supply from nature. Right. Finally, sometimes we are not buying them. Sometimes we are not manufacturing them. Or else we are not getting them from the nature as well. Someone would give that on behalf of us. Someone would make a cost and it will give it free of charge to us. So such as now education service at school. So are you going to buy that paying a price? No. Are you going to manufacture it by yourself? No. Clear? At the same time, is that being given by the nature? No. So that is provided free of charge, or so we call this as a grant. Grants or subsidies. Free of charge. සමහර රටේ ඔය begging කියන එක ගන්නත් පුළුවන් උතන්ට begging දැන් beg කරලා ඉවර සමහර ඉන්නේ begging they are begging and getting the things and satisfying their needs and wants. That can also be right. Next one, name 4 ways the business fulfill human needs and wants. Right, අපි ලියමු මොනවාද? Manufacturing. Manufacturing. Distributing. Selling. Storing. These are the 4 ways the businesses fulfill the needs and wants. Some businesses fulfill the needs and wants by manufacturing. Some businesses fulfill the needs and wants by distributing. Some businesses fulfill the needs and wants by storing. Some businesses fulfill the needs and wants by trading or selling. Selling can be trading ma tamai. Trading. 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 Clear ne? Fine, good. So we'll move to the question number 23. Mention 4 characteristics of space market. Space market take characteristic mukada. Non-physical. No physical exists. So it is what? Non-physical. Non-physical. So the space market is always non-physical. So always what is the facility we want to have? To be in the space market. Space market එකකින් ළමයි අපිට මොකක්ද උනේ facility එක? Internet facility is essential. Internet net is essential. 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 Internet is essential. Right. What is? What is the usual money we are using here in space market? Electronic money usually using electronic money. E-money is used. At the same time, Lamai, since it is not physical, are the buyers and sellers meeting each other? No. Buyer seller meet to not Lamai? No. Finally, no meet of buyers and sellers. So these are the characteristics. Clearly, I understood the right. Mention 4 types of specializations. අපි last week කියලා ගත්තා specialization type මොනවද කියලා. What specialization? Personal specialization. Personal specialization. Then organizational. Organizational. Then regional, or you can say even geographical. Geographical. And finally, you can say national. National specialization. So these are the types of specialization. Understood we have learned them. I did not take much time to write these things, right? Okay. Mention 4 difficulties faced during the barter system. Barter irregular difficulties first one no dual coincidence. No dual coincidence. No dual coincidence. We have learned these things. No dual coincidence. And the next one is what? No standard measurement. No standard measurements. No standard measurements. Then communication problems. Transportation problems. Transportation problems. So these are the difficulties we face during the barter system. We have learned more than 4 in our theory. So you have to just write only 4 things. 4 things are enough. Clear, fine. Mention 4 business supportive service or support services. Simple question. So what they are? Banking and finance. banking and finance, insurance, communication, transportation. Transportation. Fine. Mention four resources which used as input in business process. Like business process के resources मोना आप use करना. You know, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, knowledge, information, time. Whatever the out of the seven, you can write whatever for you like. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Even you can write knowledge, information, time. Knowledge, information, time. Question number 28. Write four changes in production due to industrial revolution. We have learned these things. Uh, manual machines. Sorry, automated machines instead of manual machines. Automated machines instead of manual machines. Automated machines. Right. Even automated machines is fine. Right. Okay. Then factory production. Mass volume production. Mass volume production. Usage of division of labor. Division of labor. So these are short answers. Loku diga answers automated machines, factory production, mass volume production, usage of division of labor. So these kind of short form answers are accepted. Theory के लिए automated machines instead of manual machines के लिए known the household production or the what do you call the cottage industries became to factory production requirement just the short answer is enough. So that's why we are saying short and specific short answers. Specific short answers right. Okay. Mention four categories belong to primary production. Primary production के पास farming, fisheries, forestry, mining. Farming, fisheries, forestry, mining. Mention four factors of internal business environment. Internal business environment factors simple right count owner, manager, employees, resources, organizational culture, organization structure. So you just have to write only four. I just wrote six. Clear, Lama? Understood the good. Fine. We'll move to the next question. Essay question Rumali is a farmer who has been cultivating vegetables for 10 years. The fresh vegetables she harvests from her garden distribute to nearby household at a reasonable price. To expedite the distribution process, she intends to involve her friend Sumana, a three-wheeler owner, in the business and also intends to register her business under the name Rumali Veggies. Clear? So they are asking the question, Rumali produce and distribute her own fresh vegetables. So can she be considered as a direct producer? මේ අහන්නේ direct production එකම ගැනම තමයි. They are again asking about the direct production. So the person who is doing this direct production is the direct producer. Clear? Right. Is this direct production? Now, even though she is cultivating at home, that's all right. But is she cultivating with the purpose of her consumption? No. She's cultivating to sell them in the market. So can that be considered as direct production? No, it's not direct production because she's cultivating for with the purpose of selling in the market. Market එකේ විකුණන්නලා මේ හදන්නේ ගෙදර තමයි ගෙදර garden එක හදන එක different story. Clear? But we are manufacturing with the purpose of selling in the market, to sell in the market. Clear? Therefore, we can't consider this as what? Direct production. It is indirect production. So is Rumali a direct producer? No, she is an indirect producer. හරි අපි ලියමු ආන්සර් එක ලියමු. Rumali is not a direct producer. Rumali is not a direct producer. Rumali is not a direct producer. She is an indirect producer. Rumali is not a direct producer. She is an indirect producer. Because her harvest, because her cultivation is done with the purpose of selling in the market. With the purpose of selling in the market. With the purpose of selling in the market. Therefore, it is an indirect production. Indirect production. Indirect production. Right? Okay, they're fine. Good. Next question is asking, what is the category? What is the category to which Rumali's business belongs? If classified the businesses based on the nature of the production and the sector base. ළමයි nature of the production classify කරොත් මේක මොකද්ද? Nature of production. What is that? What is the category? Primary. Clear that? Right. If we classified according to sectors, sector classification again ගියොත් මොකද්ද? It is what? It is what? Agriculture. Clear it, I understood the very simple question. Right. We'll move to the next one. Rumali having is Rumali having personal specialization? Justify your answer. Now, personal specialization එකක් තියෙනවා. මේ බලන්න මෙතන මේ story එකේ කියනවා. Rumali, a farmer who has been cultivating vegetables for 10 years. So when someone is doing some kind of activity for a long time, over and over, he or she will receive or get a special talent regarding that activity. So that is what you call the specialization. So is she having a specialization? Yes. Why? She has been doing this cultivation since last 10 years. So last 10 years ඉඳන්ම මෙයා කරන හින්දා මට ස්පෙෂලයිසේෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. Clearද? අන්නේ point එක මෙතන ලියන්න ඕනේ. Clearද? අපි ලියමු. Yes. Answer එක yes. Rumali has a specialization. Rumali has a specialization of cultivating vegetables. Rumali has a specialization of cultivating vegetables. Cultivating vegetables. Since she has been cultivating vegetables. Since she has been cultivating vegetables for 10 years. 10 years. Since she has been cultivating vegetables for 10 years. 10 years. She is having a greater talent than others. A greater talent than others. Greater talent than others. Greater talent than others. In manufacturing, in cultivating. Cultivation වලින් තමයි මට specialization එක තියෙන්නේ. Clear? අන්න point එක ළමයි ඔය විදිහටම ඕනේ නැහැ. So as long as you have written that kind of answer with the meaning, that is all right. Clear ළමයි? ඔය meaning එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. This is the how suggested answers I am telling you. Clear? Right. So we'll move to the next one. What are the internal environment factors that affect the business? Right. Now මොකද මේකේ තියෙන internal environment factors දෙකක් කියන්නකෝ බලන්න. Two examples ලියන්න කියනවා. මොකද්ද තමයි එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි කවුද? Owner Rumali. So you can write owner Rumali. Another one you can take තමයි බලන්න internal fact එකක් තමයි මෙතන තියනවා නේද මේ? Her garden. එතකොට මෙයා ළමයි cultivate කරන්නේ කොහෙද? In her garden. So the garden is one of her resources. Resources are internal factors. එන අපි ලියමු resources. Second one is resources. Put a dash and write the garden used for the cultivation. Resources, the garden used for the cultivation. So owner Rumali is an internal factor. The garden which is used for the cultivation is also an internal factor. Clear? I understood that? Fine. So that's all. Next one. Internal factors දෙකක් ලියන්න විතරනේ මෙතන තියෙන examples එක ලියන්න ඕනේ. So we wrote the examples. Owner Rumali, resources, garden. Right. Suggest two ways Rumali can increase the sales. ළමයි sales increase කරගන්න පුළුවන් කොහොමද? Simple නේ. දෙකක් හිතලා කියන්න. මොකද්ද? By doing an attractive package for the vegetables. Then you have seen in these days there are some vegetables with coming up with the attractive package එකක් තියෙනවා. So the customers are really willing to buy those things නේ. Understood? එහෙනම් අපි ලියමු having an attractive package. You have to think and write. Clear නේද? එතකොට මේ වගේ දේවල් හිතන්න ඕන. Having an attractive package for the vegetables. Right. Another one, විදියක් මේ දෙකක් ලියන්න කියනවනේ. What is the other way? Doing some advertising and promotions, you can increase the sale. නේ product වටේ ඉන්න තව කට්ටියට ගෙවල් ළඟම ඉන්න කට්ටියට විතරක් නැතුව නැත්නම් ගමේ ඉන්න හැමෝටම කියන්න පුළුවන්. You can announce and give some kind of information to all the villages. We are doing some kind of organic vegetables. අපි මේකට organic vegetables එක නමකුත් දාන්න. Even though it's not organic, you can say this is organic. So the people will believe and buy. Understood? So you can say the advertising and promotions are doing advertising and promotions about vegetables, doing advertising and promotions about vegetables. So that is how she can increase the sales. Or as you can say by improving the quality, that's all right. By improving the quality and giving it for a good price, those are also applicable, applicable answers, right? Right, next question is asking list 4 ways where the customers can become a threat to the business. Customer level business threat එකක් වෙන situations මොනවද කියලා අහනවා. මොනවද ළම situations? Right, first one. Disloyal customers. Disloyal customer අපිත් එක්ක loyal නැහැ, disloyal. එයා අපිට threat එකක්. Disloyal customers. Disloyal customers. Disloyal customers. Right. Then what else? If the customers are really likely to change, or if the customers are really likely to shift from our product to other products, is that threat for us? Yes. අර සමහර customers ඉන්නවා පොඩ්ඩ බැරි වෙන්න බෑ අපෙන් අයින් කරලා වෙන කෙනෙක්ක් ගන්න. Clear නේද? that ඒ කියන්නේ switching customers. අපි ඒගොල්ලෝ කියන්නේ switching customers ලා. ටක් ගාලා switch වෙනවා. මෙහා පැත්තේ මෙහා පැත්තට පයින්නවා. Clear? So that kind of customers is that threat for us? Yes. ආයෙත් අපි ලියමු. High switching nature, high switching, high switching, high switching, high switching nature of customers, or you can say intensive switching nature of the customers. ඒ කියන්නේ හරියට ටක් ගාලා වෙනස් වෙනවා. Clear? Right. Then knowledgeable customers, are they threat for us? Yes නේ අපිට threat එකක් නේ. knowledgeable customer හැම customer එනකොට එයා හැමදේම දන්නවා නේ. How we are doing that, what it has been made, by which what are the colors we have to buy these things, ඔක්කොම දන්නවා. The knowledgeable customers are always a threat for a business. එන අපි ලියමු knowledgeable customers, knowledgeable and intelligent customers. Knowledgeable and intelligent customers. So they are also threat for us. Knowledgeable, or knowledgeable, intelligent, rational customers. ඔක්කොම threat එකක්. Knowledgeable, intelligent, rational. එකකට ලියමු. ඒවත් තුනකට කඩන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. You can write it for one. Knowledgeable, intelligent and rational customers. Finally ළමයි තව එකක් ලියමු. High bargain power of customers. High bargain power of customers. There are some customers in some markets, they can really bargain. So that bargaining power could be a threat for us. In a high bargaining power of the customers. High bargaining power of the customers. Clear? So in those are the areas where the customers can become a threat for our business. අපේ business එකට threat එකක්. Is that understood? Right. අපි ලියුව හතරක් හරි නේද? Right. Name and explain factors of internal business environment. like ළමයි අපි දන්නවනේ internal business environment එකේ factors ලියන්න කියලා explain කරනවා. Just you can write internal business environment factors මොනවාද? Owners, managers, employees, resources, organization culture, organization structure. The descriptions you can find in our tunes. අපි tunes වල ඕනතරම් අපි දාලා තිබා මේවා descriptions මොනවද කියලා. What do you mean by owner? What do you mean by employees? What do you mean by managers? What do you mean by resources? We have discussed them several times. So just try. Clear? Right. Explanation එක හැබැයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. මේකද name and explain කිව්වොත් ළමයි ඔයා ලියලා explain කරන්න ඕනේ. But I am not going to take time for the explanation because we have done so many times, and also the same notes are available in your revision tunes and everything. මේකෙම තියෙනවා. ඔයාට ලියන්න විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Right, good. We'll move to the final part. Right. Is there is a growth in the private sector business compared to the public sector business? Mention two reasons for this. ළමයි public sector businesses වැඩි වෙනවා. Sorry, public sector business අඩු වෙනවා. Private sector වැඩි වෙනවා. මොකක්ද reason එක? Simple reason නේ. What is that? Because there are more investment in private sector නේ. එක reason එකක් තමයි මොකද්ද? There are more investments in private sector than public sector. Public sector. Clear? Right. Another reason, තව reason එකක් කියනවා ඇයි? දැන් එන්න public sector businesses අඩු වෙනවා, private sector වැඩි වෙනවා. කවුද ළමයි public sector business start කරන්නේ? Government එක. So are the government is willing to start any more public sector businesses? No. Government is on the other side. Government is trying to leave from the businesses now. So they are not much interested in engaging the businesses. Clear? And that could be the other reason. Government thought of government thought ඒ කියන්නේ government එකේ අදහස කියන්නේ government thought of not to engage government thought of not to engage government thought of not to engage with new businesses. Government is just trying to maintain the public businesses and they are not willing to start any new businesses in public sector. Clear? So that could be the reason why the private sector businesses are growing and the public sector businesses are coming down. Clear what I'm saying? So that is the point. Fine. So finally, I'll look at the part number, question number 5, part B. There has been a recent trend of rapid expansion of small housing systems. Well, those are what you call as apartments in urban areas of the country. Right? 4 reasons for this trend. Now you have seen in these days, you can see everywhere in urban areas, always the housing systems or the housing schemes or what you call these as apartments are coming up. එන්න අලුතෙන් apartments වැඩි නේ. දැන් බලන්න හැම ටවුන් එකේ apartments හදනවා. What are the reasons for this situation? මොකද්ද කියලා තමයි අහන්නේ. Can be a good question at the exam or a practical question එකක්. You have to think and answer. These are the questions the students will really get stuck. අයි මේවා ළමයි theory වල කෙලින්ම නැහැනේ. Understood? In this when you are getting a question like this, definitely you won't be able to write. Clear? Because none of the theories are involved. Because theory එකක් නෑ හිතලා ලියන්න. What are the reasons for that? First thing, why the urban apartments are growing? Because everyone wants to move to urban areas. ඒක එක reason එකක්. ගම්වල ළමයි හදනවා මහා ඈත ගම්වල are they going to manufacture in rural areas these apartments? No, they are always constructing these apartments in urban areas. Reason is why people are willing to move to the urban areas. So that could be the first reason. Now, first one, the consent of people or the willingness to move urban areas. Right. Clear? The other thing is why then ළමයි apartments හදන්න reason එකක් මොකද්ද? Because nowadays people are really willing to have these kinds of houses. Unlike those days, we want to have houses with huge lands. Those days we prefer to have a house with big land. But nowadays we we want to have a small house like an apartment. What is the reason behind that? The busy life of people. 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 ඉස්සර කාලේ මිනිසුන්ට ලොකු ඉඩම් තියාගෙන ඒවා මේන්ටේන් කර කර එහෙම ඉන්න බෑ නේ. Now the students like you, once you start doing jobs, you won't have any times to maintain the lands නේ. You prefer to have a apartment like this නේ. Apartment එකක් තමයි හරියන්නේ. Right. Another reason why we'll write choice of younger and new generations. Choice of younger and new generations towards apartments. Choice of younger and new generation towards apartments. දැන් අර අලුත් generation එක Gen Z කට්ටියනේ වාවා නේ. Are you willing to go and have a house in rural area? No. නේ අර පරණ type එකේ ගෙවල් ඒවට කැමති නැහැ. Now they want to have a house like this. So whenever they are earning, they will have their first choice to buy for an apartment නේ. ටක් ගාලා apartment එකක් තමයි සල්ලි දීලා ගන්න යන්නේ. Because they don't want to buy that old house. Understood? So that could be the other reason. Another reason why we are moving to apartments, because apartments are fully equipped with all facilities. Clear? දැන් තමයි apartment එකක් ගත්තාම බලන්න එක ලේසියිනේ. ඒක ඔක්කොම facilities එක්ක හදන securities there, swimming pools are there, supermarkets are inside, gymnasiums are everywhere, gymnasiums are inside, and also the excavators and the elevators are also installed. So it is really easy නේ. Understood? අපි ලියමු for fifth one. ඇයි apartment trend එකක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? reason එක. Since all apartments are equipped with all facilities, it will ease the life. Lazy කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ease the life and comfort the life. පහසු කරනවා, පහසුකමක් නේ. මාර සැප පහසු. ඒ ඔය ඉන්නේ අර ගමේ ගෙදර ඉන්නවා වගේ නෙමෙයිනේ. එයා කන්ඩිෂන් දාලා ඔක්කොම කරලා ඉන්න තියෙන්නේ. Comfort the life, ease the life and comfort the life. That is one of the other reasons. Clear නේ? These kinds of questions can be tested at the exams. Clear නේ? Practical දේවල්. Clear. So you have to think and write. Understood, right? So that is the end of our paper number 4. අපි අද ඉවර කරා ඔන්න. So next week again we will discuss a paper at the same time, Thursday 9 o'clock. අපි fifth paper එක අපි discuss කරමු Thursday at 9 o'clock, and tomorrow we are having our revision class as usual. Clear? Right? Okay. Then if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise we are going to wind up the session. Thank you for participating, everyone. Good night.